Good afternoon. My name is Doug O'Malley. I'm the Director of Environment New Jersey, a nonprofit environmental advocacy group representing over 20,000 citizens across New Jersey. And I'm honored to be joined today by the Mayor of Jersey City, Mayor Stephen Fulop, as well as Robert Chong, who's the head of Prime Solar Power, a solar company based here in Jersey City, and also the company that installed the solar panels right here at 15 Wayne Street, which we'll get a chance to check out at the end of the event. And really, we're here on Wayne Street because solar has a huge potential to power our homes and businesses that we've only begun to achieve here in New Jersey. And we're here to release a report lighting the way, what we can learn from America's top 12 solar states. And this report, really documents, how the top solar states in America stack up. New Jersey traditionally has been one of the top states in the country on solar because of the strong policies we've seen put in place by our state leaders over the last decade. This report ranks New Jersey 4th in the country per capita for solar installations, and shows that last year alone we saw a 43% increase in solar installations, bringing us to a total of 971 megawatts at the end of the calendar year 2012. Now, to continue to be a leader, we can't let up the pace because we're already seeing our neighboring states continue to move ahead. And so we have to make sure that we're not falling behind, because New Jersey previously was the top state in the country per capita on solar, and we're now at 4th. If this was the Solar Olympics, we've toppled from the medal pavilion. Now, clearly the sky is the limit on solar energy, and New Jersey's progress so far should make us confident that we can do much more. But we obviously can't glide on our past successes, and the continued clean energy funding raids by Governor Christie put our progress at peril. Now, make no mistake, our industry has been taking off in the last few years. As the industry has matured, and New Jersey's strong solar policies over the last decade have helped to make New Jersey a solar state, even though we're not a sunshine state. And I think that's one of the other key findings of Environment New Jersey's report, is that our national leaders on solar aren't necessarily dependent upon geography. They're dependent upon the strong policies that state leaders have put in place. So whether you're along the Pacific Rim, or in the Southwest, or in New England, or in the Mid-Atlantic, the states that have led have been the states that have put in the policies to roll out the welcome mat to the solar industry. Now, it's important to note that as solar has risen in New Jersey, it's risen across the country. And these last 3 years have been huge for the industry. We've seen solar triple in America over the last 3 years, and it has grown by 10 times in the last 6 years, since 2007. We've seen that progress in New Jersey as well. Over the last 3 years, we've seen the industry triple in the amount of installations. We now stand at over 23,000 installations. And the amount of power produced in New Jersey has quintupled over the course of the last 3 years. That's great progress. And part of that's attributed to the fact that our cost on solar installation has tumbled. Just in 2012 across the country, it dipped by 27%. And the previous 2 calendar years, it declined by an additional 20%. So we're really starting to see solar become more and more competitive, and we can expect to continue to see that to occur over the following years, as we've seen in international mature solar markets. Now, the report also talks why solar is so valuable here in New Jersey. And that's partially because we historically have relied, especially in hot summer months, on some of the dirtiest and oldest fossil fuel plants in the state to power us. And coincidentally, those are exactly the moments that solar excels the most, during hot summer months. It's one of the studies we referenced in this report shows that the value of solar provided in the greater New Jersey area reaches up to 32 cents per kilowatt, which is a heck of a deal for clean energy. I also want to emphasize that solar isn't just another option for power. When we are talking about how to finally tackle New Jersey and Hudson County's persistent air pollution problems, we have to acknowledge that solar is one of the best solutions out there. New Jersey, and especially Hudson County, has never met the federal standard on smog. And as we know, fossil fuel plants produce nitrogen oxides, which produce smog. So if we are going to get serious about reducing our pollution problem in New Jersey, we have to continue our progress on solar. And it should be noted that a recent study from the National Academy of Sciences backed up these findings by showing that the value of a solar panel installed in New Jersey has 15 times more health and environmental benefits than a panel installed in a Southwest state like Arizona. That's an investment that we can't afford not to pursue. We also need to acknowledge that New Jersey historically has been a leader not only on solar, but on acknowledging that global warming is real and doing something about it. And the state's Global Warming Response Act is dependent upon getting more clean energy sources here in New Jersey. As we approach the 1-year anniversary of Hurricane Sandy, we need to make sure that we are taking climate change as seriously as the rebuilding process from the storm. It needs to be part and parcel of how the state recovers. Clearly, we don't want to see more extreme weather events. We don't want to see more flooding in our coastal communities, including Hudson County, and we have to make sure that solar is part of that solution. And then finally, and Robert can speak to this as well, New Jersey's solar industry was created by the strong policies that we've seen over the past decade. It's an industry, obviously, that isn't just unique to New Jersey. Our neighboring states are catching up and have caught up and are attracting away solar businesses away from New Jersey. And we need to make sure that we're ensuring that New Jersey has a robust solar industry over the course of this decade. 2013, the growth has slowed down from 2012, and we need to make sure that we're not, we are continuing to invest in our solar pipeline. As I mentioned before, we cannot put New Jersey solar market on a boom and bust cycle. And Governor Christie's continued raids of clean energy funding, fiscal year after fiscal year, are definitely hurt our solar industry in the long term. Just like how an aging sports team can't or shouldn't trade away its prospects, so should New Jersey's clean energy market depend upon investing in our pipeline and not resting on our laurels. I won't run through all the policies that the report talks about, but the reason New Jersey became a leader is because over a decade ago, we put in a renewable electricity standard for the state. We created policies that encourage consumers and solar companies to set up shop in New Jersey. And we need to make sure that we're continuing to have a robust solar industry in the state. And we can't do that alone. We need leadership at the state level to make that happen, to make sure that our solar industry does not wither on the vine, and to make sure that New Jersey is leading the way to a clean energy future. I just want to conclude my comments there, and I want to welcome Mayor Fulop, who is obviously has got a lot on his plate these days. Mayor Fulop.
Thank you. Thank you. I just want to say thank you to Doug for having us here today. Obviously, alternative energy sources are crucially important to any progressive state, any progressive city, and this is something that Jersey City embraces, obviously, and it's good public policy, it's good for the city, it's good for our environment, and we are happy that that New Jersey has such a strong track record in environmental issues like solar energy, and we echo Doug's sentiment that we would call on the state to continue that and fund that in an appropriate way to continue to have us be a leader throughout the state. So thank you for being here today, and I look forward to getting the tour of the solar panels here.
Yeah, and I think just on that last comment from the mayor, this is not, this is not rocket science. There are obviously tons of rooftops across New Jersey, especially here in Jersey City. New Jersey is the Saudi Arabia of rooftops, and we need to make sure that we're taking advantage of that. Next, we'll hear from Robert Chong, who's the head of Prime Solar Power and helped to install these panels. Robert?
Thank you, Doug. Thank you, Mayor Fulop, for coming today. I appreciate this opportunity to just kind of say a couple of words about solar energy, and that's what we do. And private solar power got its start in Jersey City, and I'm very grateful for that opportunity in New Jersey, which is we're very well endowed with the sunshine. And I think that we absolutely should take advantage of this resource that's for free, especially in New Jersey's second largest city. There's a lot of rooftops, as Doug had mentioned, and we'd be remiss not to take advantage of that. So it's important that we have strong policies in the state that would allow us to compete with our neighboring states in New York, Connecticut, Maryland, Delaware, Pennsylvania. So I think New Jersey can regain its footing in the United States. Thank you.
Thanks, Robert. As Robert mentioned, we want New Jersey to be again the top state in the country on solar.